I'm in the projects. I'm at the Kingdom. I ain't never been here. This shit look like a stadium.
Hey, yo, I don't know what podcast y'all listening to, but the only one I'm listening to is Sophisticated Ignorance. Because you know why? That's the only shit that's lit to me. Harlem,
Police got shit.
Front of the session, run that bitch, and the spread of philosophy today is Sophisticated Ignorance.
Coach Wade, True Gang, we all in here, man. Sophisticated Ignorance, man. That one.
It's your boy Ill Will, man. Sophisticated Ignorance. Y'all get that? That's an oxymoron, but it makes sense. Get hip, man. Stay elevated. You know what it is. Your boy Ill Will, man. Yaktown on this beat.
Your boy Shotgun Shook, man. Sophisticated Ignorance, man. Tap in, man. You already know, man. Good old merch, man.
Yo, Gwitty's paper, Sophisticated Ignorance. Fuck everybody. I might name my album that. That's why I might name every name in the album.
Sophisticated Ignorance, HOC, we in the building. It's the Kid Cortez. Tap in, cop some shit, man. Flee, you heard?
Yo, get a load of me, no control of me, I control everything. I.C.E is in the motherfucking building. You're now watching Sophisticated Ignorance, you heard? Hey, let me give you niggas a word of advice, you punk ass nigga. You walking down the alley by yourself? Bring a dog with you, sucker.
This Sophisticated Ignorance, write my curses in cursive.
What's good?
Stop this with dog, you heard?
I heard you, my nigga.
They got a real one, B. They got a real one, son. Hey, come on, son. Come on, son.
A real one went down for a fucking cheeseburger and a small fry like Jan. What was in eating McDonald's in 2024 is crazy.
Well, for one, he didn't even get a cheeseburger. He got McDonald's wings. Shout out to Menace, man. Menace, you stupid. You stupid, bro. And you know, Menace, when you watch this, you know why I'm saying.
They don't pay us. So I'm about to get a free promo. They don't pay us.
Hand me the McDonald's cup. I'm not doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not heard the news, little Durk has been indicted.
Durky, I'm different with it.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, that sucks. It's about to be a whack ass summer.
No Tory. No Durk. Puff, you wasn't really outside, so I'm not really gonna say.
We don't really.
He messed it up for a lot.
That's why he was a nasty nigga.
Let me ask this: are these hip hop related issues, or are these just people's personal lives who just so happen to do hip hop?
These are definitely personal situations, if you ask me. It seems like once everything popped off in their respective neighborhoods, they kind of pulled the curtain back a little bit and let us see what was actually going on. Like, I feel like it's been like that for them for a very, very long time. And this is nothing new. So it's sad to say, but a lot of people in this situation is damn near desensitized to it, which is kind of scary, right?
Nah.
I don't respond.
Nah, I don't think it's scary. You don't even think it's scary. That's why you said right. You're desensitized to it. What are you putting on for? Like, you think he's fooling, bro? The bank's not watching, bro.
Yes, they are.
Realize. Is it like? Well, yes. I mean, if you grew up here, like every summer, we knew one of us wasn't gonna make it. We just didn't know who it was gonna be necessarily.
Right.
That's just the reality of it. So seeing it play out from afar, involved with hip hop, this is going on where we grew up all the time, literally on a regular.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. You know, some strive to make change. Some do their best to create change. It seemed like people have to understand, like, there's so much going on in these people's lives. We kind of judge them based off the last and first time we see them. So it's like if you watch him on $1 Million worth of game and then you don't see him again until his next video drops, like they connect that interview with that video. not knowing that it was like 2 months in between both. If y'all understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, I know y'all do. I'm talking about to the viewers at home. Like, so much has occurred in that person's life between that time. Like, I don't know why y'all treat them like he was just on $1 million worth of game. Well, you have to keep in mind that was shot a grip before it dropped.
You said that like
And
they say that like bro was at the red table. He was in the basement, gang. He was in the trenches in the interview.
No, yeah. It's the point I'm making basically is like how you view them. There's more to their lives, pardon me, than what you view. Like there's so much going on with these people. So who knows what he was going through on a day-to-day basis? I'm sure it was a lot. More money, more problems, right? Especially when you're still connected to everything that you were a part of since you made it to this certain level of success. So it's just unfortunate, but I'm no prophet. I'm no Nostradamus or anything like that. I just grew up around this ish long enough to know that there's a beginning and then there's an end when it comes to this lifestyle. So as much as it sucks, as far as a consumer music fan base aspect, it was also expected. I mean, I wasn't shocked when Von died. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't like, word.
I was tight.
I was like, damn, that's crazy. Such a talent. But yeah, that's the ending. We know the two endings with the lifestyle: prison or dead. It's only two ways out of the life for the people that want to maintain in it. So that's my assessment so far. But he's gonna have his day in court, and he'll be able to, fight his case to the best of his ability.
Yo, my son Durk, is different with it. That's exactly what Jam said.
Yo.
Said, Jam, you know anybody, huh? Durk, he different with it. That was a hot sauce.
Yeah.
To bring down the empire for a small fry is crazy. We could have got you that small fry, King. You said you did 12 years, bro. What happened?
They ain't trying to go back to that.
That's the most important key to watch to kids. Don't think because son came home with the bag over, I ain't snitched good tall, don't mean he can't tell. This nigga did 12 joints just to come home and tell. This is crazy.
Do we? I know. Is our source that is him who told the internet?
Unfortunately.
I'm not speaking on it. I'm not speaking on it. I did see the photo with him with the wings, the McDonald's wings, and the small food. It could have been a better meal. Like you should.
Bro, McDonald's wings is wild, bro.
I didn't even know McDonald's made wings.
Bro, why are you not negotiating?
Bro, the crazy thing is, they was in there like, we'll hook you up real quick. Get you something to eat. Are you hungry? You want some chicken? Want some chicken? I want the chicken. You want some chicken? Yo, go get him some chicken, man. Come back with a McDonald's bag. And he tore that shit out.
Chicago. He couldn't get Harold's?
Bro, churches? No churches?
Harold's chicken? He's from Chicago. I don't know, man.
There's a million different chicken spots better than McDonald's wings.
It got a hit in the chest when you find out your man is wearing a wire around you.
Yo, that's crazy.
I think what pissed me off the most is watching the video where he snitched. Like if I'm in the courtroom and I see the police come in, like, how you doing there, man? You want to talk about? Jam?
Yo, stop, bro. Stop, bro.
I want to see these tactics when they trying to get someone to snitch. Like, bro,
And it's crazy because now you remember The Wire. Sorry, not to go to a television show, but art does imitate life in most cases, especially back in that era.
Mhm.
You remember The Wire when he took the McDonald's and he was eating it going down the hallway and was like, "Thanks for the food. I still ain't telling y'all shit." But they had told
Yeah, I
his man,
remember that.
"Oh, he's giving you up right now." All it took was McDonald's, and he just looked and saw you on by one burger. Yo, Joe, what the? That's so like a popular tactic from the television show First 48, which all this stuff is tactics for the most part. You know, even if they see you with the food, they're gonna assume you told, and then they're gonna start telling.
Yes, a fact.
But people just be talking because it sound nice, and talk don't care who talk it, bro. All this hot air, all this, I'll really do this, I'll really do like all that. It just, I've luckily I made it to 35 years old. That's a blessing. You know what I mean? Like,
When I got to 35. I'm sorry, y'all. Give it up for my brother. He just turned 35. Let's give it up for my niggas. God bless my brother. 35 laps around the sun. Please continue, King.
And I think we all can identify with this. Where I'm going, like at this point in my life, in our lives, you just know who's really about it and who's not. And when I say about it, I don't want to go into anything specifically, but I'm just talking about sticking to your word. I mean, if you don't stick to your word on the day-to-day casual affairs of life, 10 times out of 10, you're an empty calorie threat maker. I'm just being honest. Like at this, there was a point in time that when you got into it with certain people, and if you grew up in Schenectady, you know this group of people I'm talking about. It's a multitude of them in our era, like late 90s, early 2000s to mid 2000s, kind of going to the 2010s. Like I know when I see him, it's up. There's no discussion. There's nothing I can say. There's no pull to the side and let's just have a conversation. When he see me, he's literally taking his hoodie off when he see me. Like from a distance. Like he wants me to know. You feel me? He wants me to know. Yes, I'm coming to put hands and feet on you. That's the era we grew up in. So all it is, it's just in households in general. Yo, bro, please just open it. Just open it, bro. Just all it, like even in just households, like in I'm gonna say predominantly black households, like just putting a certain kind of celebratory energy around tough shit is getting old in itself.
Yeah,
That's getting old because then you got these kids, they're watching you do it, and then when you don't see them when they're at school, you don't see them when they're outside hanging out with their friends. They're talking the same way that you're talking in the house, literally.
Yep.
And then it's just a whole cycle because it's like they're living out what you're verbalizing. And a lot of you adults got to like stop lying too. Like, come on, man. You wasn't really like that for us. Stop talking like that around your kids. Like you was getting smacked around the playground. Like, stop, because he might be the real thing of what you're portraying.
I'm sorry, but it'd be funny when they do talk that talk, and then you watch them get beat up. I'm talking about as a kid. Like you watched them as a kid, watch this grown adult that was talking all that.
Yeah, like I remember. Like we all got memories. We was all there for sure. So it's like y'all got this revisionist history, and then look, everybody loses a fight. You know what I mean? That it's safe. Even if you haven't lost a fight, you still can say everybody has lost a fight if you were fighting.
No, facts.
You feel me? A lot of y'all be talking like this, haven't had a fight in like 20 years.
Or never had a fight in general.
No, that too. But I'm talking about the people who like, Your last fight was 30 years ago. You got bent up and you in front of your kids talking how you don't play. Or how you hit, like, when I was outside, like, I'm one of the ones you can't play with. Like, I ain't raising no punks. You were a punk.
Mid-30s, going off the glory days in middle school.
But you didn't win. Thank you. But you didn't win though. Don't forget that part. Like, you had it on you. You never did nothing with it. Like, it's just the glorification of that energy. I feel like it's hurting a younger generation. You feel what I'm saying? When I'm around my daughter, like, I don't even want her to think that violence is cool or violence is fun or any of that. That's not the image that I have myself in. It's been 2 years since, I ain't even gonna go there. I'll say that off camera.
I was about to say, nigga, I was about to.
I got you. Let's just say we're changing the imagery on how we operate because we have kids watching us and we have business dealings and a lot of different things going on. And for the people who are working hard to take care of their families, the 9-to-5ers, like, let your children see the hard work that you put in on the day-to-day to keep a roof over their head. And let them know that they can be anything that they want to be if they put the work in. You feel me? Like, that's what you should be portraying. Because you could teach lessons in a multitude of ways. You can teach lessons by, hey, this is what I don't want you to be. Or you can learn from my mistakes, just like you can learn from my wins. Both. Some of the best jewels and advice I've ever gotten that kept me on a straight and narrow was from a homeless man when I was a kid. So we just got to make some changes. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to be a saint. Life is about balance. You're going to have people that crash out. You're going to have people that don't. You're going to have your 9-to-5 workers. You're going to have your career people. You're going to have your Wall Street people. It's all a balance. Crooks are everywhere, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, crooks are everywhere. So
we're not corporations too.
Absolutely. I mean, they benefited from this Durk situation more than anybody. All his music just increased by what, 75%? They cashing out right now. I'm sure they're very happy in their office. I mean, but it's though they're reaping the benefits on the top floor of a skyscraper or on the top floor of a monumental building that they in, these Def Jam buildings, they be on the 76th floor and all that. There's a lot of people around the community that instigated these situations, that push for it to happen. And turning around in the same breath and calling them stupid. You feel me? Like, that's the part that kills me. Like, yo, he's mad stupid. Why would he even do that? Like, not you. Yeah, what we gonna do about Vaughn? Hashtag slide for Vaughn. Like, it's just, but like I said, talk don't care who talk it. And to the people out there who like to make empty calorie threats and kind of like to run their mouth and talk real tough, y'all better be careful, man. Y'all going the right one gonna really, really make you have a bad day. For real. Like, y'all really, and I know y'all like to do it in safety zones and safety nets. I know y'all like to have that rah in places that don't get active. But there's good. I tell people at jobs all the time, like, that be like, you know how I give it up. Like, I say this at different places I've worked before now. Like, you're always gonna meet that person who don't care about this job. He don't care. He will clock out and break your jaw, bro. I mean, because it's like they convey their message that way because it is that type of environment, kind of waiting for somebody to jump in and be like, yo, chill out, y'all. Like, but when the shift is over and you get outside, like, helmet around, get in the car. You know what I'm saying? Get in the car real quick. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on, bro. Like, if you was gonna do all that, you might as well have just stood on business. If you was gonna put on that performance. So yeah, that's just my take on it. It's so many different ways you can speak on this situation. So I hope I gave y'all a lot to think about, man. Because it starts from the bottom up.
I'll say I mean Dirk's situation is very very different. You know it's tough to lose a brother. I can't tell nobody how to react if their brother was taken. You know what I mean? Especially if you believe in the eye for an eye, right? But it's consequences that come with that if you're gonna move that way. So
Absolutely.
let's not be surprised when we're getting a DIN number and you know life is over. Let's not act crazy about that. My thing is to the people that are still able to make a conscious decision in the moment of being like in the heat of like that heat, because the emotions are still running high, and it takes a very level head to not have people trick you out your spot. So you're gonna have people telling you stuff like, "Oh, you need to go slide," the whole time this bro never even jumped off the porch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like don't let people talk you out your spot, bro. Like it's not worth it. Like we've been through it. We've been through it. I've did the whole come outside and there's nothing that comes from it but me getting my termination papers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my main thing to anybody in this kind of situation. I know Durk's situation is crazy. I mean, I'm lost for words on it. I mean, I don't want to say it is what it is, but you know the rules of the game you play. But for anybody else out there, I don't want to say if it's not that deep, but if you ain't take a loss or nothing like that, because there's people trying you every day.
Facts.
And it's just not worth it. Like you cannot get me to step outside the car and come fight you about nothing.
Thank you.
You couldn't get me.
He's just so past that, bro.
It's only like for you to even have an argument. For you to have an argument with Chef, I have to have a level of respect for you. So if that level of respect is not even there's no argument.
For real. Fair ones is only for people we respect.
I'm saying. and a lot of y'all need to start practicing more of your power. Because it takes a very powerful person to like have the ability to destroy an individual and not do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all need to practice that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that just gives you a whole nother power and know when and when not to turn it on and off.
Be having people looking stupid. Like that's my advice. Huff and puff. Just huff and puff from over there.
Yeah.
Long as you don't put your hands on me, you good. You can say whatever you want to say, fam. If your hands don't touch me, you straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like there's certain, and I'm not talking about me, but I don't play with people. There's certain angry people that when they get to that space, nobody's going home. I need to watch who y'all be playing with for real. Like all this I told, like talk don't care who talk it, boy. Like it's like everybody got somebody that love them, goofy. Everybody got somebody that care about them that will crash out and burn this bitch down for them. You playing with it. Did Durk not prove that? Like Jeff said, that was his brother. You know what I mean? That was his brother. He felt like he did what he had to do for his brother. If he did it. I gotta say that for court purposes. If he did it. Allegedly. If he did it, you know what I mean? That's his brother. That's who he loved. That's a tough. Telling somebody to bite the bullet on that is tough. So and it's like we got to stop speaking on things that we have no experience in. That too.
That's
that'd be crazy.
It's like bro, I lost a brother before, so I already know that pain. And then it's like if he was taken from me, bro,
by another human,
that's what you feel what I'm saying. And everyone keeps forgetting this part, like because Shakes had his funeral. Shakes had his day. You know what I'm saying? And come around, everybody posted pictures. But nobody knew what the rest of that 364 like.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's what they don't see you.
Nobody know what that's like. Trying to tell his daughter, hey, look, dad's in a better spot. No one know what it's like. Trying to show his daughter his pictures, what he sound like.
Keep his memory alive.
Like it's work.
Mm-hmm.
It's work, bro. So,
And then I always say, like, y'all ain't never carry no casket, bro. You could tell, like, you could just hear it in the talk, bro. People start talking a certain way and start talking out of their ASS. I just be looking at them like, no reason to reply to this. Like, yeah, you right, fam. You got it all figured out, my guy. Yep, absolutely. That's exactly how that should have went.
That and people who like
porch win last month. Oh yeah, I could tell. It sounds like it.
That's what I'm saying. That and people are trying to give you advice about a situation they wouldn't even imagine being in.
For real.
Like all them people
Go ahead.
talking on Twitter. No, I was just saying, like all the people that are talking on Twitter now, never seen a gun in their life.
What are people?
But you're talking about a situation that involves murder, like real life street situations.
I
Like
just want
this
to ask
isn't a
y'all.
game to a certain amount of people. To a certain amount of people. Now, what were you about to ask?
Now, I want to ask you specifically, like, what is? I'm asking both of y'all. Everything you said was correct. I wanted to just ask you this so you can continue to go. So please keep going. After I ask this, what are people who don't partake in street endeavors or have no connection to street situations? Like, what is their infatuation with it from afar? Like, why do they feel the need to have to conduct themselves a certain way or move a certain way in safety net settings? Like, what do they get out of that?
I don't understand. I think it's a human nature thing, kind of like how, like, a certain type of Italians glorify the mob, or like, kind of like the Chinese dude in the Notorious movie, where he was just like, I love picture everything you're saying. Shit's like a movie, like, but it's not that. Like niggas who cut their hair bald after listening to Onyx and DMX.
I mean,
do the knowledge, nigga.
Michael Jordan cut his hair bald because of Onyx. Do your Googles. Do the knowledge. Nah, he was wilding for that. Fredro, you wilding for that. But yeah, continue.
But I'm just like, it's just weird. I think it's weird that a person would glorify it's juvenile to a sense. Like you remember back in the day, everybody's running to the fight. I say this every single time. There's only 5 to 10 people in high school who really knew how to fight. Everyone else didn't know how to fight. That's why they're like exactly. I'm low key. That's why you see the same people running with their phones and just happy to be there, smiling, cheesing. No one's swinging. It's the same 4 bodies. Why? It's an adrenaline rush to them. I think it's a shot of adrenaline. I think they see it and they hear it and they think like this is days of our lives. And it's not. And what really kills me with this generation is what they turned it into. Why are people outside of that neighborhood covering it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went from for your eyes only for everybody's eyes.
Well, I think what it is that being the first to bring something, being the first to tell it, you know, that's you know what it is in today's time, views and likes. But to answer Sen's question, right? I really think people play with this street shit knowing that they're not from it around a safety net due to the thrill of it. It's almost like going on a roller coaster, similar to what Dwayne is saying, the adrenaline. Like, oh, like she got like you ever seen someone like even after you just almost get into a car accident, you be like, yo, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Yo, we just made it out of this. So I be feeling like sometimes when people play with the street situation and almost get into it and they don't get into it, like it be looking like a kid coming off the roller coaster. I could say I was kind of in the streets if you would. I had an art like it'd be annoying because it's not what it used to be back in the day. Like, and I hate to sound like an old head. I mean, but I'm there. I mean, call me 3'6", but you know I'm there. There's some good things about old school because you wasn't just allowed to just talk. You couldn't just allow to say it was something. You had to show that it wasn't just. You know, I'm the strongest nigga out here. All right, well, let's see that.
Yeah, you got to prove it. Now you done opened your mouth, pause. You got to prove it now.
Yeah, you got to see that.
You got to stand on that.
Yeah, so, you know, if you decided to claim a gang, there was no, if you got caught with that flag, they was on you. What you doing? What you banging? What's your shit? They wasn't, there's no, well, you know, I was just, no, there was no internet to pretend for. So you was getting dealt with right there. So, you know, But to get back to the point, I really think it's in the drilling rushes for them when they're doing this. It's almost like a close near death experience, if you would. Like, because when you're about to get into a fight, the butterflies start running, right? You know what I mean? Right before it shit start popping off, niggas, get nervous, whatever. But
y'all are talking about the people that bear witness in person.
oh well, nah. I'm talking about the people. I mean, what kind of safety net do you use? So let me ask that. What do you mean by like safety net? Because I'm thinking like, like, yo, let's get it put, like getting mad loud just so people can come over here and break it up. Like when someone's telling you, come over here.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a tactic. I'm talking about the non-informers that's like, you ever like watch somebody's family discussion? You ever been around somebody else's family?
Mhm.
And they all these weak ass war stories they want to tell.
Yeah, not like
and
that.
then the facts for real, like that didn't even happen that way. But it's like they really get into like this vivid detail, like they just be gassing each other up all the time, like because so and so, like he don't play, like bro, like stop, like why do y'all get in these gatherings, tell these false war stories, and be gassing each other up, and why you keep talking about shit that you can't prove anyway? You don't go outside, you're on a 30-year run of going to work and going home. Like you 30-year run of going to work and going home. Why do you keep trying to?
And that's okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like shout out to you for actually like wanting to live and actually like finding something that you could take care of yourself with and things of that nature, bro. Like why do you feel the need? That's what I meant when I said speaking a certain way in a safety net. Like they get in these family settings, bro, and I just be listening to people sometimes. Like I'm so tired of hearing these fake crash out stories that nobody can really confirm.
Bro, and that'd be the funniest thing.
Like, bro, when I talk, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It'd just be funny because like the ones who was outside, like Jeffrey said that, huh? Nigga can't fight. I don't know why he was telling y'all that. Like it'd just be funny to like.
You don't even want to no more. I just don't get it. Like, there's certain older people that I grew up around, and when every time they discuss those things, when they done, it be like, and I don't know how I'm alive, but thank God I am. Like, that's how the real ones sound.
Yeah, facts.
These must be like, you've never, like, take that bass out your voice, bro. You've never put any work in. I know we go into a broad conversation because what Durk, what's happening, what's unfortunate, like father, like son, right? His father's in prison and now he's in prison. You know what I mean? This is the downside of it. That's why I'm speaking out. I'm not necessarily trying to clown y'all. I'm more so saying, stop, bro. It's not cool anymore. It sounds old. It sounds played. Like the new flex is like passing something down to your children.
Flex,
yeah,
like you're alive, bro. Like we grew up here. Do you know how many people are not here? Like
talk about
it. They're not here anymore from senseless violence. You feel me? Like. Just sitting back and reflecting on that is wild sometimes. Like when I think about why certain people died in Connect, like for us who know like the real stories, it's like he lost his life because of that.
I'm gonna be 100. Like you really say that too. Like another reason why I can't really get outside and why I don't be in certain spots and don't mix with certain people. Like I gotta make it home to my daughter. I owe her that. Like. And just seeing what it is for these little girls, and this is pretty much the same for these little boys, because you see what's happening. Like it's just some shit. So it's like having a kid and being in the mix has got to be boundaries. There's got to be some kind of lines. Because I mean, for me anyhow, I gotta make it back to Nessa. My niece already lost her father. Niggas is dependent on me. And I don't know about you and your section. I don't know if niggas depend on you. I don't know if you were nigga that depend on others. I mean, I don't know, but I gotta make it home. That's how I always look at it. I gotta make it home.
We know what we're fighting for. It's nothing. A lot of people don't know their purpose. So just the fact that you can articulate what you're like you're making everything that you're working for make sense. Some people don't know what they want to do or how they even want to go about it. So when you know your purpose, when you understand why you have tunnel vision or why you may come across like emotionally disconnected, we are whatever we need to be. Pardon me. We are whatever we need to be to get to the next level, as long as it stands on morals and integrity. We may not be able to please everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody not going to necessarily care for us or like us in different moments in our lives based on how we're viewing things and how we're striving at that moment. Like people would be like, oh, this is some bullshit, but you really just locked in and you got to do all the things that you need to do. That's why we should have no expectation for them to understand that for the most part, because they don't know their purpose. So what you just described is purpose. You feel me? And from my perspective, like in my opinion, like as hard as we may go for these blessings, without God or faith, if you think that anything that you've done to a certain level of success is strictly based off yourself, you're high. Because you, for the most part, you only have control over you and you can't control anybody else. I told that story a long time ago with my grandmother on the podcast. That was my light. That was my light that said, stop playing. Everybody not playing. Literally almost walked her right into an ambush. I didn't tell her not to come up that way. So who else stopped her from going that way? You don't have to believe in God. You don't. I'm not saying you have to. There's so many examples and stories of you be like, how did that happen that way? No woman or man has control over that outcome. I'm also a firm believer that nothing just happens. For sure. But y'all got to start going through some things so y'all can stop. Hopefully y'all learn from Durk's situation.
I really want y'all to get into a fight. Just one time.
Different with it.
Just fight each other. Like, go past the shouting at each other. Get into like within arm's length. I really need y'all to do that. Just once. I just want to see what happens.
Arguing from a place of comfortability
all the time.
Don't even argue in public.
Come on, man.
I hate people arguing in public. Don't fight with me in public.
So come on, man.
No. Stop fighting in public.
Handle it. We don't need an audience or a crowd.
Exactly.
If it's that significant to you, anyway.
If you like that, you can get your ass beat. Get up and shake your hands like a real nigga. Like, you got that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that.
They said when we was younger, this was gonna happen every time until the person got the dub. Niggas on fight 7, bro. Fighting all summer. You feel me? Good times, man. Good times. That's that glorification they be talking about. But we more so
that's our problem.
The respect and honor of it. Like the respect and honor of it. Not really like
first then and now it's a lot more honor back.
Just going back, even back in the day, like, bro, like real niggas know, like, even if you had a disagreement with your boy, like, y'all shoot the 5 right there. Like, it ain't nothing to it. And then there's a lot of like niggas be embarrassed to get their asses whooped.
I never fought niggas I've never fought people that I had love for. All my fights was with niggas I didn't rock with. Or situations that had nothing to do with it.
You never had like a disagreement with your homeboy?
Yes, just never fought a friend. Because it's like I'm not the kind of person that can like I'm only fighting because I really want to hurt you or I'm really trying to protect somebody. That's the only reason I'm fighting. So it's a switch. So I can't. If you put your hand like
you ain't never had a moment.
My brother. I try to take that nigga. I'm not
everybody different. Everybody different.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's why I was like a little confused. It's like you never had a moment like I'm tired of talking, bro. Like Never had that moment, like, bro, let's don't let's get off the steps, bro.
I never. Well, it was just me. I had a brother who we were 6-7 years apart, so he used to fold me up, but I never had like no.
Man, that nigga don't count.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I didn't have somebody close in age, as in a brother that, you know, me and Chris never crossed those boundaries with each other. Me and Devon never crossed those boundaries with each other.
I think me and my older brother boxed one time because like my pops made us. That's when he was like 13.
And there we go. Again, there's no man around. There was no man around to be like, yeah, go outside and box, figure that out.
Even then, bottom line is, even in bottom line is what I'm trying to point out. You niggas ain't even doing that.
Yeah,
You're spectating. You're spectating from afar.
I ain't gonna lie for my pops though. In the ring.
You're bugging. Nope.
Nah. He was like, you know what he said though? Nah. It was a setup, bro. Bro was like, yeah, you get one hit, bro.
Oh man,
lit that,
bro.
Lit him. Pulled anything. Threw that shit like a baseball pit. Got my ass. Whoop that.
I never
I felt like Goku at that moment. I'm like, you know when you fight a strong opponent, you like, yo, I'm about to be so much stronger after this. I'm about to molly.
Nigga needed a sensu being after that.
Like Krillin Shirley, like,
pause. Yeah, when me and my like I said, my brother was way older than me. There was never like a close. It was good night, Irene. Like I had no shot. No shot.
Now my pops was like, he really liked fighting. So and the time he spent with us,
so was my brother.
So he was doing. So
what I appreciate about all the street dudes that I grew up around, they just conducted themselves in a certain manner, you know, that very respectable. You know what I mean? And they were doing this because they felt like this is what they needed to do to survive. It wasn't really like, don't get me wrong. I feel like, and I always say this, I'll probably get killed for it. Like the badge of honor of the streets really comes from the females. I'm just being honest. Like I still say that. Like women's attraction to street niggas made the aura and tough shit want to be presented in a theatrical manner. That's just my perspective. Because some women got the safest house in the seat. Like, I mean, the safest seat in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of women who be like, "Oh, I dated street niggas my whole life, never been in a fight, never done anything." Then you got women that get it shaking, boy. You got her fucked up.
She be talking crazy.
Yeah, from the prince. You got your
You never mixed.
You never mixed it up like that. You feel me?
Never in the kitchen.
And then you got women who they just mixed it up with everybody. They got 10 classics every summer. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, man, I just want us to create some real change going forward. You know, and I don't know if this is a hip hop thing. You know, we grew up on artists like Beanie Siegel, State Property, The Lox, DMX, Jay-Z. Like,
had shootouts for 10 hours.
Man, chill, bro. Shout out to Beanie Siegel. His food truck is in Philly. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come to Bean's food truck. I want to get down there.
Siegel Street.
You know what I mean?
Bang, Siegel Street gang. You know what I mean?
Shut up, Charlamagne. I'm dangerous. You're not qualified to speak on that. You don't know about my life. I'm dangerous. I wish he sounded how he used to sound in that moment. He probably would have popped on him back in the day. Beans was wild.
Old Beans, he probably would have snuck him. I'm with
you,
man. Yeah, like
Beans was wild. Beans is special, man. Shout out to Beanie Siegel though. He, you know, like I said, we've watched so many artists transition and change their lives and get into different things. And that's the end goal, man. The new flex is freedom, you know, living, providing something for your children, you know, equity, business, assets, goals, careers, families, marriage, children. Like, they got to stop making those things sound uncool to us so we don't.
You get married, got a business, and a bet, you super gangster.
Beat up extra.
I mean,
Super gangster.
Stretch you in the knee.
You know what I'm saying? Like that flick with you and your boys. Super gangster.
You don't know nothing about that.
It's a sophisticated ignorance. Yeah, say that. Prayers out to everybody involved. Everybody who lost somebody. Everybody who, whatever traumatized you in life, that to push you to the point where you feel like you got to pull a trigger. You know, that's unfortunate. Prayers out to you for that, all around the board, because it's casualties of war. It happens all the time, and it's easy to go, that's the streets, that's what come with it. True, but there's a lot of trauma that goes into these things that get people to getting on that type of time. That's not discussed.
And add on to it, the people that do catch the body don't always be okay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, although it's the streets that come with it, so you're looking at it from one day, you're still forgetting the 364.
Exactly. We talking about molestation.
Yeah, man.
Yep. We talking about verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse. There's so many things that push people to be on quote unquote demon time. That's not discussed enough.
Heal from that, bro.
Gotta heal. Gotta heal. One of the realest moments ever, even though we laugh at, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
When Charlamagne gave Tyrese that hug, that was thorough. That was thorough. For real. Because he could have just, he already got the content. He already got the ratings. He didn't need to do that. Some of y'all niggas need a hug, man.
No, facts.
Y'all really need a hug, bro. Like, go hug that man. You need to go get that. Get that out your system.
Go meet your father, King. Meet your father, King. I'm not doing this no more.
Even the ones who have met their fathers, we won't make it an isolated incident.
Go holler at that man.
You know what I mean? For the people who have their fathers and still need a hug, go get a hug, man. Go get a hug.
Yeah, my fault. I don't even want to sound like that. But that goes for everyone that has a father, bro.
Everybody that's battling with something, go get a hug.
Even if you know him, go find him. Go get at your go.
Just having a conversation
talk with your
would solve a lot of things, I promise.
Yeah. Dialogue, man. Healthy dialogue.
It don't even gotta be about each other. Talk about basketball, food, something. Just something. You can be like, oh shit, that nigga's just like me.
Black people,
you're
right, but black people know how to hide and disguise, especially surrounded around ego and pride. Talk about what happened. Whatever it was that traumatized you, discuss it.
Not me. Ease yourself in. Not me. You got to take baby steps.
Be straight.
Take a baby step.
Nope.
3 rounds.
Yep.
He asked for you to start talking. That's when you be like, I said, yo.
I'm just saying the blueprint to
birthdays.
What
was long? I mean, I'm tired.
Like whatever. Like there's so many things that traumatize you, right? Like
I'm just saying. Wait, why does a nigga got to get 64 bars off the first visit? That's crazy, bro.
Wait, are we strictly talking about father? Because I'm talking about going through trauma in life in general. When did it become a father thing?
I turned it into a father thing. I'm just saying.
Talk to your cousin, talk to your grandmother, wherever you receive trauma from. Have a discussion about it. I don't know how we locked in on.
I'm just saying. Now I turned it. I was like, why did the nigga got to get 64 bars off the rip? That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, listen. Me and my little daughter had that rough patch. First phone call, there was no holding balls back. She had 2-on-2s, bro. Like she was throwing a mic behind her mother coming over. Remember the year you ain't called to get the. I'm like, what? Gosh, you gotta hear that.
She said, I'm back where you had a chance to miss me. My mama can't save me this time, niggas is history.
But that street work both ways. You gotta let Pop Dukes talk, be ready for the rounds. This Pops be having some shit.
To all the people, I'm gonna say again because I still don't know how this connects with what I just said, so I'm gonna say it again. to all the people that experienced a multitude of things to start pulling triggers, whether molestation, whether
Bro, stop laughing.
physical abuse,
Chill.
all those different type of abuse. This is not in alignment with a certain thing or a certain person. These are things that men and women experience, and everybody don't necessarily get the help they need. So they start taking those things out in that jungle environment. And people could talk about the environment and the drug game, and it's all about that and hustling. No.
We was there too, Ken.
A lot of that don't have nothing to do with none of that. A lot of y'all just want to crash out because of all that shit you going through. You got to find something that's therapeutic to you, where regardless of where these things happen, you got to find a way to get that out your system, for real. Because that's where the senseless violence and murder and crime, it all leads to that. Even the people that raised us. For sure.
It's sophisticated ignorance. Write my curses in cursive.
Tell me that wasn't the shit. You crazy, man. Had no fun like that no while. Wrecking crew.
Some wishing that they see me fail, but I wish them the best. They send the shots up on the net, we send those to your chest. If they leave, let them go, don't you be pressed. These things happen for a reason, some hard to accept. I need the code to the vault where some secrets is kept. Family see me more, street seeing me less. Yes. Throwing money in the air, we not throwing up sets. Nah. Don't follow niggas, follow code, we saw you confess. Mistakes occur and that's a part of life. Only once it's a decision if you do it twice. What comes around, goes around, you gotta pay the price. Look what they did, took a gamble when they threw them dice.